sitting here with some amazing entrepreneurs, and I am super excited to share with everybody this story tonight. We got two of my favorite people alive, Mr. Marcos and Joel. And before I give them a chance to introduce themselves here, these guys are just absolute ass kickers. I met these guys, 6-7 months ago, and just watching the explosion in the business has just been incredible. And they've been nice enough to come on tonight, talk about their journey, share stuff. They're inside the Crusaders program, sharing stuff there, but we want to share it to everybody. So with that being said, Marcos, Joel, Marcos, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. I want both of you guys to introduce yourselves. And
Marcos,
let's talk about
tell everyone where you're at right now. let's drop the location first.
Well, guys, my name is Marcos, as Nick said, and right now I'm actually right in the southern tip of Argentina, in this little area called the Patagonia. You guys might know the brand Patagonia. I was actually born here. I'm sitting here in my aunt's house. I live in a van. I moved into my van with my girlfriend, which is right now. So I'm a full-time van lifer, running a 6-figure business agency with this fool over here, Joel Kaplan.
And wait. And Marcos has closed many people both in the van and in Argentina. So for any doubters out there that are like, oh, I need to be in a nice office or I need to be in a nice place, you can literally close from anywhere in the world. And
is there anything better about this business, about this life, about this opportunity, right? Like you can be anywhere. You can live the van. You know, I don't know if I could live in a van. Marcos, all the power to you, man. I love hearing your stories about it, though, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to live in a van, but as long as Marcos continues to close sales, I don't care where he's at, you know, whether it's a van or a box underground.
No, to be honest, dude, it's Nick, it's fucking incredible. It's like I literally dreamed this back when I was 18, 19 years old. I was reading books. I wanted to travel the world and still be able to make a shit ton of money. And it's actually happening. I mean, living in a van might not be for everybody, but I love to fly paragliders and travel the world. So right now the van's parked in Mexico City. We drove down into the US, which is a kind of a crazy story, driving down into Mexico from the US. It's parked down in Mexico City, and I was staying with Joel's cousins for a few days, you know, while we had that whole situation there in Mexico. I'll share the story some other day.
It's fucking crazy story.
And then I took a flight from Mexico City down here to Argentina, to Bariloche, if you guys are familiar, down in Patagonia. So I'm literally down in the tip of Argentina.
And I'm just in Colorado, like in a normal office, like a normal person. I'm happy. All right, guys? I don't need to travel the world nonstop.
But I'm actually in a new location. I actually had to take an emergency flight out. I'm in Oregon right now. So if anyone is down in Oregon, Medford, Ashland area, let me know. I'd love to, connect over the weekend. I'm here for we had some family stuff come up that I had to come attend to. So that's why my background's a little bit different. So I love it though, but I'm excited, guys. We're going to talk about some good shit. With Joel and Marcos have an amazing presentation ready to rock. I didn't realize they were going to come like with something scripted and planned out here, but they're going to drop everything, share with you guys exactly how from 15,000 to 60K. I mean, so with that being said, man, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I'm going to be jumping in and out, guys, monitoring questions. Let me know what questions we've got. I'll be stopping these guys, but man, I'm going to turn over to them for a little because they got some good stuff to share.
Sweet. And Marcos, before we dive in, I want to say a huge thank you to Nick, because literally before we really took off, we had one really long, it was like a 3-hour conversation with Nick. And literally, as you can see in our income, you will literally see that's when it kind of just blew up. So before we dive in, just a huge thanks to Nick. And
dude, you guys killed it, man. You guys are the shit. It's all about that application, right? Execution. You guys went out and did everything. I'm so pumped for you guys. So I appreciate that, but I love it.
Sweet. And just as a quick introduction to us, me and Marcos, we run an agency called Atlas Digital. It's based out of Colorado. At least our team is. And then Marcos is wherever the hell he wants to in his van. And then we have been running it for about a year. And this month we are hitting 65K in MRR. And then hitting 80 and 100 is pretty much, I'd say 2 to 3 months away, based on our projections, based on our system. So that's a little background on us. I'm in charge of the marketing, the operations. Marcos is in charge of sales and the overall vision. Marcos, anything else before we dive in?
No, I mean, really, it's thanks to Nick, because guys, the best investment that you can do is in yourself. And, 6 months ago, we decided to put a little investment into Nick, and then we're literally about to show you what happened after that. So really, it's just I'm beyond grateful. Like it's fucking incredible. I can't believe this life is actually possible. Right? I mean, it maybe for me because I just been dreaming about it for so long, and now it's happening. So Nick, thank you to all the other mentors that we've had, and really just thanks for being able to just give that knowledge, right? Because without people like you, none of this would be possible, right? Showing you and paving the way. So we're hoping to be able to give back just like you gave a little bit to us 6-7 months ago.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Joel, take it away.
How about that belief? You guys had that belief in yourself, man. You nailed it at the beginning. I went live the other day in the group. It's all about believing in yourself, and then the answers, the solutions will come to you. If you find out, you believe, you invest in yourself. So I love it, guys. I'm pumped to see this. I saw pieces of the presentation, so let's rock and roll.
Sweet. Yo, Nick, can you just confirm when I share my screen that
Yep.
everyone could see it?
Yep.
Can everyone see it? I don't know if that works, but
give us a quick yes if you can see it. If you can see our screen, make sure.
You should be good. Let me see. Yeah, we're good. Let's rock and roll.
It's good?
Yep, let's do it.
Sweet. So in this little workshop, our whole vision for it was to really talk about our journey and the high-level pieces that need to be moving in place in order to go from 10K a month in reoccurring revenue to 50K and beyond. So like I said, right now, this month we're going to hit 65K, and then we just turned on paid ads, and that's just blowing shit up. So we're going to be hitting even more over the next few months.
Yeah, I think that's really important to state. Like up until this point, we haven't spent any money on paid traffic, on paid advertising. So that's a really important point. This can all be done organically with the tools that we're literally about to show you here in just a second.
Yep. So really the workshop for today is how to scale from, 10K a month to 50K and beyond. So as marketers, we all love screenshots. And if you guys don't believe me, we could pull up, we can log into Mint if you guys want, and literally show you. I literally remember, by the way, quick story. First time I met with Nick, like literally, he's like, yo, I'm going to just show you guys. And he logged into like the freaking bank account. Like he literally showed us his bank account. He's like, I just want to make sure you guys know this is for real. And I was like, damn, he logged in. He didn't just like show us screens.
And the only reason why I do that is so that like, and the reason why is just so it's like this information's serious, right? There's so much bullshit going on inside the online marketing community. I wanted you guys to be like, look, like what I'm about to tell you, it's going to work. It's up to you guys whether or not you guys go with it. You know what I mean? Exactly what we're doing here.
Oh, shit. Did we lose Nick?
Yes, it goes on inside our industry, inside these groups. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we heard you. It was a little cut off there for a second.
Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of BS. Guys, take this seriously. I've actually seen the back end of their numbers. I've seen this stuff, so let's rock and roll. I love it, man. Look at that graph, dude. That's what's up. Straight up.
Yep. So it's like March. It just kind of took off. And then, so that being said, diving in, these are our 5 pillars to go from 10K to 50K. This is what we believe will literally take you from hitting 10 to 15K months to consistently hitting 50K plus. And again, throwing it right back to Nick. These are things that essentially he coached us on and mentored us on and told us you should do this and implement these things in your business. And after hitting the months that we're hitting, we're realizing, holy shit, Nick was exactly right. These were the things we needed to do. So Marcos, take it away.
Just do it from the beginning. That's literally it. Just like listen to Nick and take action immediately, and just start doing the whole process because it works. Like if like we're literally here. Click on the the 5 pillars is 1, find your niche. Right.
Talk about that. Talk about that, Marcos. Talk about number 1.
Just stick to that. Right. Literally at the beginning we were doing all different types of things, working. Dentists, chiropractors, mechanics, wedding, all different types of stuff, and we're going to show you what happened on that period. Then the next thing that Nick told us was fine.
And Marco's it got to one point where we literally signed a contract between me and Marcos that said we are not allowed to change niches for 6 months. Like, because we were like, it's like a shiny object. Like this one niche is not producing crazy results, and then you're like the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And especially once you're at 10K, you already have some money in the bank, so it's easy to just kind of flow to the next thing. But Marcos literally made me sign a contract that said Joel will not change our niches for at least 6 months. What else, Marcos? Number 2.
And then number 2 is having VAs, right? Leveraging your time, right? When you're sleeping, you want to have somebody that's working, right? So like be able to find that you can work 24/7 nonstop. We live in this global world where you can literally have a computer and yeah, it's nighttime right now, but it's fucking daylight over there. So have somebody working for you all the time. That's going to really be a way for you to really increase your time and leverage yourself, right? And you can find somebody really, really cheaply to do things that you don't need to be spending your time as the business owner. You need to be focusing on growing your business and working in, on your business, not in your business, and get that VA quicker. That was a big solution that we, thank God we're able to kind of find. At the beginning, it was kind of stumbling, trying to figure out what it was that we were doing, how to teach them, how to train them.
And it's also important to keep in mind, like Nick is way past the 50K a month range. And at that point you can hire employees, and at that point you can create an in-person team. But once you're at 10K, in order to free yourself up, like it's going to be hard to just hire a huge team. So VAs are a really nice solution to get to that 50K mark. I think next up, like one of the huge recommendations that Nick gave us was like, he was like, guys, you need to start building systems. You need to walk into work every day and tell yourself, how am I going to fire myself just a little bit more? So
we actually had on that, let me talk a little bit about that. We actually had a motto was, Joel, your job is to try to figure out how to fire yourself, right? How can you get yourself out of that position? Try to fire yourself as quickly as possible. Grab that information that you have in your brain and put it on paper, put it on to-do list, number it 1, 2, 3, 4. That way you can literally outsource that work to somebody else and get yourself out of that role, right? So that's what we had is like, Joel, what are you doing today to fire yourself? Marcos, what are you doing yourself to fire yourself? And that's when we created systems to be able to teach our team, which go for it, Joel.
Yeah, so number 4, again, these are the 5 pillars. So number 4, once you're starting to hit that 30 to 40K range to get to that eventually 50 to 60K, that's when you really start to build out that in-house team. And the 3 people that Nick told us to hire right out of the gates was a salesperson, account manager, and a marketing manager. And then the last piece, and one of the most important pieces, is when you're at 10K, you're kind of scrambling around in order to get meetings, get sales, get appointments with business owners. So one of the huge light bulbs for us was when we finally hit a home run or even a grand slam on a proven prospecting system that we could have running for us without literally putting any work in.
Yeah, that's the one, man. I got to jump in. I want to jump in the proven prospecting. I love it. I love all this. Everyone should probably hire a VA sooner than they're comfortable hiring a VA. I get it. If you've got debt, if you've got family, you need cash, that's okay. If you don't, hire a VA as soon as you possibly can afford. I also recommend when you're getting started, save all your dimes. These guys were so smart. They saved so much money. They were really intelligent about their cash. Be smart about your cash. So get a VA sooner than you feel comfortable with it. We can talk about ways. I see a question about where you recommend looking for VAs. We can talk about that. But I want to bring up the proven prospecting. This is the key to everything. I talk about this almost every single time I get on a live, but having a proven prospecting system is the number one and only key to really growing. It's 70 to 100, it's the most important thing. Now, 50K is when the operations really start to matter. The systems become a big deal, all that stuff. But, like, you can just burn through and go from 0 to 40K with no systems if you've got a good prospecting system, And now you've got to get systems in place. It's something that we're still working on to this day and refining and getting better at. But, like, this proven prospecting, man, it's the key to everything. If you know that you're going to be able to get appointments and book calls every week, game over, right? Because then you can consistently get sales.
Dude, and like the marketing industry, there's churn. It's just a fact with our industry. Like people come, people go. We even had a client that got like a 8x ROI. Like he literally collected an 8x return. Like imagine if I told you guys that I was going to give you that you had to give me $1 and I would give you back 8. You would literally do that like in your sleep every single night for the rest of your life.
I would be like, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me go find some dollars. I'll be right back.
And like this guy was like, I just want to try something new. Like, and he left. And it's part of the game. You know, it's part, like what we are noticing is that churn is part of the game, even when you're getting great results. And the one way to fix it is by outselling your churn. It's by selling.
By the way, guys, we haven't really mentioned what that automated proven system is. It's actually emails. It's free.
So I see that question. So a couple questions, David. This will be recorded, and one, we're going to break down the proven prospecting system here in a minute and how it works out and breaks down. We're going to talk all through it. We're kind of just introducing it here, but it's all about having one, and it's based around emails, and emails are so key. I grew our business through emails. That was the number one thing that we did. You know, I love LinkedIn, I love Facebook messaging, there's so many ways to do it, but emails just work, man. They work every single day, all day, everywhere, in every industry, everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll talk more about it. We're going to dig into it here in a minute, guys.
Go to the next slide, Joel.
Yeah, there we go.
So here, let's talk a little bit about what happened. All right. So as you guys can see, May of 2017 is when we first originally started our agency. We didn't know anything about what happened. We met Nick in March. And up until that point, we were all different types of niches. We even worked with an artist. Guys, don't work with artists.
Don't work with artists. I can tell you that as a fact.
Or if you're going to work with
artists.
If you're going to work with an artist, at least make sure that it's an artist that has a proven process and is making sales and people want what they have.
Not some hippie artist that's like, I just want to do art.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. We were working with any type. This is at the stage where, you know, we're trying to figure out what niches to work with, who to work with, which you might have to go through that a little bit, you know.
And as you guys can see, like there were many months and we still didn't give up either. You know, like it wasn't just like 1 month in fixed, you know, there's also some patience that needs to go into the process.
And then March is when Joel and I, no. We signed the contract like April or May. We're like, okay, we're not changing niches anymore. Like this is what we're focusing on. And then that's when it really started to take off. And up to this point, it's still all through emails. We hired our VA probably in like January of 2018, I think. You know, that started scraping emails for us and sending emails. So we send 500 emails a day. And out of the 500 emails a day, we get about 10 to 20 positive email responses a day, which brings about, you know, 100, between 80 to 100 positive responses a week.
And also just like, again, going back to this, like all these things kind of started happening around that time where you guys really see that immediate increase. That's when we also met with Nick and he told us implement these things, or at least start thinking about systems, start hiring VAs, start having a proven prospecting system in place. And that's when it just took off and it has not stopped. So going through, the way we set it up for this workshop is we're kind of going to go a high level through each of these points. And, you know, the main thing to keep in mind, at least from our perspective, when picking a niche is asking yourself the question, has someone built a successful agency in that niche? Or at the very least, do you see other people starting to have success in that niche? You know, for example, I know like cool sculpting, like as a service is like a pretty new niche and I've seen people start to succeed in it. So in my mind, it's like if people are having success, if people are retaining clients, if people are growing in that niche, it's probably a good one to go down. However, if it's a niche that you've never even heard anyone succeed in, even if it's a completely blue ocean, it's going to be very hard for you. I'm not saying it's were you going to jump in, Nick?
I think this is really smart to bring up because some people get way caught up on niches. I hear it all the time. I see it all the time. Yes, some niches are more competitive, quote unquote, than others. But here's the thing: you want to go where the money is, right? That's very important, right? If you don't see anyone talking about dog walkers, right, as a niche, then there's a reason for that, you know. And that doesn't mean there isn't, you know, little gems of niches, and especially in medical, there's some random, very niche medical stuff you can do that's good, and niche contracting work and things like that. But like, go where the money is, and it's really important. If you see people making money, you can too, right? There's never something that's too oversaturated. These guys are in the most oversaturated niche in the history of the world, and they love it. Look at these smiles. Look at the grins on these guys. It's like, give me all the Kairos, baby.
Give me all the Kairos, baby. Let's go.
Send me all the trash. You know, the trash guy's got to go make some money. You know, somebody's got to go pick it up.
Dude, I swear to God, like, for all of you guys watching, like, your brothers, your moms, your grandmas, they probably own agencies going after chiropractors just like we do. We all own it. Everyone's got an agency going after chiropractors, and we still succeeded. So I think the big thing here is what I've noticed, because I've been thinking about a lot about this. More than anything, it's about seeing where other marketers are having success building an agency and then going into those pockets, whether it's more saturated or it's a brand new like niche. I don't really care. What I really care is, are there other people succeeding? And the reason for that is because the moment that you hit a wall or the moment that you get stuck, if no one else is in that niche, it's going to be very hard for you to get unstuck. However, for example, with Nick, he started off by serving Kairos. So as soon as we got stuck, we could literally go to Nick and ask for help because he's been there. He's done that. He's experienced those struggles, those pains, and he could help us create a solution to get out. So yeah.
Yep. And one thing I want to mention as well, you notice these guys said they're getting 10 to 20 responses a day still going after Kairos, right? Imagine other niches that aren't quite as hit as hard, that are still as good. How many, you probably get 40 responses a day, you know, but even then you're still going after a competitive niche and just blowing it up and getting a ton of new calls every single week, because this whole thing of oversaturation is like an excuse. Yes, some niches are easier than others. Yes, chiropractors can be interesting groups of people. Dentists can be interesting groups of people. Realtors can. But it still can be money there, right? Like, there's still opportunity everywhere. Basically, the whole point of this is there's so much opportunity in the agency world, it's not even funny. Like, and it's just getting bigger.
Yeah, 100%. Like, no matter what the industry, like, there's people out there that still need to be served.
Yep.
Even if they've heard of Facebook ads, even if they heard, like, it, so many have not even tried it. You know, It's like, so many have heard of it, have never even tried it. So,
do they need new customers? Yes. Every local business in America. Boom, boom. Problem's not solved. Opportunities there. Go get it. You know what I mean?
And even that, and even if they've tried Facebook ads, if you come up with a slightly different way, people want to try new things. Like I said, it's part of the industry. At some point, someone is going to leave us and go try someone else. It's just part of the game, and we're okay with that. That's how it evolves. So, All right, next up, virtual assistants. So these are the three first that we believe you need to hire. So the first one is an executive assistant. Then you need to have a prospecting VA. And
what does that mean? Prospecting a VA means one VA, all they do is literally scrape emails all day long. They scrape anywhere between 450 to 750 emails a day. And then we have our second VA that sends 500 emails a day. That's literally all they do.
And the sender is the executive assistant because she's sending.
And responding to the emails to get you appointments.
Yeah, so you have one that's like in charge of appointment setting, acting as your executive assistant with the emails that are getting sent out, and you have one that's literally scraping all day long. That's how we set it up. And then the last one was the campaign VA, someone that's doing all of your setup and all of your heavy lifting before a campaign goes live. Do you have a question, Nick?
No, we're good.
All right, cool. I actually can't see the comments, so I have no idea what's going on.
I'll keep us up to date, and I'll make sure we get comments or questions answered at the end too.
Sweet. And again, going back to the one niche thing, guys, like if you have like 10 niches, it's going to be very hard for you to have a campaign VA do 10 niches all at once. But if you guys just focus on, let's say, mortgage, then guess what? You can have one VA that creates all the campaigns for mortgage every single day. So all you have to do is log into Facebook, check that their work was done correctly, and turn it on.
And I'd like to touch up on a little bit on the VA that sends the emails. literally they send out the same email and respond with the same thing. So it's very easy. Literally they send out the same thing to everybody and they respond with the exact same thing every single day. So, system, something that's duplicatable. You don't want to do custom stuff.
Yep. Everything about your life becomes easier as soon as you go all in on a niche. And for those of you who are brand new, I'm a fan of get some clients and figure out a good niche, right? Tap your network, go to networking events. I know you guys started at BNI. Get your feet wet. You don't have to only be in one niche if you've never sold a client before. But as soon as you get like 3 or 4 clients in a certain niche, you like it, boom, cut everything off, go all in. It makes everything easier from running your business to running your sales calls, to running your prospecting, to running your emails, to campaign fulfillment, to talking with them, to how to teach the account managers. Everything in your life becomes easier when you work in one niche. Just want to, I like to bring it home on every call.
And like that's why this presentation is called 10 to 50K, but if you're 0 to 10K, then you do exactly what Nick just said.
Yeah. You go get client, you go sell something and then you will figure it out. Like if you're at 0, stop overthinking and go sell something. All right.
Go sell right now. Get off this training right now.
You're going to lose your first client. Probably. I lost our first 2, or we lost our first 2. Right. And it's like, so you're going to screw it up.
Whoa. I still have my very first client, Nick. So don't say that.
Dude,
we literally do.
That was 1,000,000,000% luck, dude. That guy just loves you. That guy's just like, I just want Marcos in my life.
He's literally still with us. I had no idea what I was doing. And he's still paying us.
Marcos sold him like just shit that was like, when I met Marcos and he's like, yo, I have clients. Let's partner up and build this business together. And he told me what he sold this guy. I was like, dude, that's this. He's like, yeah, I told him this would happen. I was like, I told him this would happen on Google and that he would be getting this to happen for his business. And I was like, Marcos, no, like that's not actually possible. Anyways,
that's awesome.
That just goes to show that if you dive in with passion and with action and with commitment, like you will find a way. And
you build relationships. Yep.
Cool. So systems, I don't want to go too deep into this, but in order to get to 50K and above, we use Slack, we use Asana, we use something called Simple KPI. And the way our SOPs, for those people that don't know, it's standard operating procedures. It's just like rules. It's like, this is how you build this. This is what to do when you're doing this.
It's very the SOPs is literally grabbing the information in your brain and putting it on paper. That's it. Getting it out of your mind.
On digital, like not on paper, but
on digital. Something that's repeatable and duplicatable over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, and for us, what we like to do is like 80% video training and about 20% human training. So, for example, if we're creating a campaign on Facebook, we'll be like, step 1, get clients' information. That's one video. Step 2, set up the funnel. That's a whole nother video. Step 3, get Facebook access, Facebook admin access for the pixel, the ad account, the page. That's step 3. Create the ads, step 4. And then each step has a video. And then we have our VAs build it out. And then we meet with them to actually train them. Hey, you didn't do this part correctly. Hey, you should change this up a little bit. And that's about it. We really don't try to overcomplicate it. Try to keep it very simple. And, to hammer it home, if you do one niche, this becomes way easier. Like when me and Marcos were going after like 3 or 4 different niches before we met with Nick, we were starting to figure this part out of SOPs. But then I was literally like, my voice would hurt from recording so many videos because I had to create like new videos every day for the new niche of the day,
Yeah, I remember that. That was terrible. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, I remember the mechanics. I remember you guys talking about that. That's funny.
Does anybody have any questions? Simple KPI is pretty cool. Asana or Trello, they're great. Slack to communicate with your team, your VAs. Keep everything.
So we do have a couple. Yeah, we got a couple questions here. Demo asks, "What system do you use to host your SOP videos?"
Asana and Loom.
Yeah, that's what we do as well. We host everything in Asana.
Yep, we shoot the videos on Loom and then we copy that link and put it on Asana with the action steps.
You want me to show them one, Nick?
Any other questions?
A sauna, yeah, man. If you guys want to see one, give him like, guys. Do you guys like this pound? Jam the like button, jam the heart button.
Give us some
love. Let's get some excitement. We haven't even gotten to the prospecting stuff yet. We're dropping some value here, man. They're gonna take you behind the scenes. Yeah, let's see. That would be dope, man. If you could show some people. I know SOPs. It took us a long time to really get these things set up, and it's an ongoing process to really set up the operations procedures. It's like the opposite of anything that I want to do ever in my life, and so it's a grind. But Asana does have some Asana is powerful. Asana is sick.
Asana is. I'm just realizing it's very powerful.
It's amazing. Sema does some really cool stuff. My team does as well with Asana, but Sema and my team both do some really cool stuff in Asana. Some of it's almost a little bit over my head even, but they build great SOPs in there.
So it's literally just like what's it called? Like a header or like a subject with like the main task and then like little steps below it. And like literally number one, that whole step is a video. So as you can see here, you've got a video. And then, each like step has their own different video and you just set it up like that. It's very simple. You divide each section. Like each section has its own video, and then each section has its own little steps.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then, Joel, let me share my screen really quick. Guys, remember, if you're not tracking things, it's not going to get done. So a really cool tool that we are using right now is Simple KPI. This is where we track all of the numbers as far as how many clients we closed, how many demos did we take, how many scheduled, how many
and guess taken. Who told us to take a closer look at our numbers, Marcos?
Nick. That was the last time we had. So then I was like, all right, well, we got to take a look at the numbers.
Last time we talked, Nick's like, yo, you guys know your numbers. You guys need to know your numbers. So then Marcos built this thing out.
This is so sick. I was just going to ask you guys if this is new. This is badass, guys. Good job. Fuck. Every time. This is so sick. And now you've got everything. And how nice is it to have it all in one spot and to see everything? Because now you can see the holes.
Yo, Marcos, show them the positive email responses for December. Yeah. You see that?
Right here, this is just for the month. This tracks. You can go back and look at information way back. So the reason why is I want to see trends, right? Is there times of years that are better? Is there weeks that are better? So here you can see how many emails our VA scraped so far since December 1st, how many they sent, how many negative responses they got, and how many positive responses they got. So by negative or email responses, just somebody saying like no or yes. It's not really significant, right? But in half a week, in 13 days, we've gotten 108 positive responses
from the most competitive niche in the world.
Yep. Exactly, which has scheduled us, so far 16 calls, right? So the 108 responses led to 16 meetings. And then from there, we take the demo and then how many clients we closed, right?
We closed 8.
So eight so far. And then this is our metrics as far as, what's the vision, right? Every business needs a vision. Where are we going? Where's the ship going?
Dude, Marcos, you're such a visionary, man. I'm just like I don't have patience for this stuff. And you're like looking at this dashboard. I'm like, what are you doing all day?
I'm like looking at these numbers. I
don't think I've actually logged in ever. Like,
this is so legit. Oh my gosh. This is cool.
Wow. All right, let me share my screen again. Sorry. All right, so we can kind of go fast on this. So
I'm gonna go get my charger. I'll be back.
Yep.
Let me see. Team, it's just account manager, salesperson, a marketing person, and the biggest thing to keep in mind that I think a lot of people mess up is if you're running this business by yourself, then you need to ask yourself: are you going to be doing the sales or the marketing? The fulfillment, the actual work for the clients, and if you are going to be doing the fulfillment, then you need to hire a salesperson first. And if you're going to be doing sales, you need to hire a fulfillment person first. And it's kind of that simple. So for me and Marcos was doing sales. I was doing fulfillment. So for us, we kind of just skipped that process and then hired for the next 3 positions. But your first hire should be, I guess, the opposite from you. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Nick? I'm getting tired. Maybe that didn't make sense.
No, I get what you're saying. and it does to a certain extent. The only thing I'm going to say is when you're getting started, it's going to be very, very hard to outsource your sales immediately. Sorry guys, if you want to be a business owner and if you want to be a legitimate business owner, at some point you're going to have to pick up the phone. You're going to have to talk to somebody. You don't have to do it forever, but you should probably learn how to sell a little bit, right? And if you don't, then look for a partnership with the salesperson. That's how me and my business partner got started. He looked for a business salesperson. That's where I came into play. That's worked out great with that. But at some point, outsourcing your sales from the get-go is very, very difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just very, very difficult. I've never seen it work out properly because good salespeople good salespeople are insanely expensive and very difficult to find. And you could go post in like the ClickFunnels group and a million people are gonna be like, yeah, I can close deals. I took Dan Locke's course or something, and they're not gonna be able to click shit.
Oh shit! I think we lost Nick.
It's very difficult to do at the beginning, so I would highly recommend everyone learn sales anyways. Man, do they keep losing me? Is this my internet? All right, I'm gonna let you guys go back at it then. Sales is hard to outsource.
No, and I think I didn't explain myself properly. I meant to say like if you're not partnered with someone, like if that piece is missing, you definitely want to partner with someone in order to run with that. But we didn't hire like a salesperson to outsource our work till very recently.
Yeah.
Marcos didn't fire himself from sales person of the company until like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I wanted to I think I misexplained myself on that one.
No, and we had been doing over 100K a month for 9 months before I fired myself from the spot. So, I mean, that just to share with you guys, a bit. Granted, I like selling stuff, so it helps, right? And, all that. But it gets to a certain point. So, yeah.
Nick, come sell for us, dude. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
I wish, man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. If we started like the closing triangle, like me, you, and Marcos, that'd be it'd be unstoppable. Marcos, anything else on this one?
No, I mean, yeah, that's the one that, right now I'm training our sales guy. We literally have every day we train. Like Grant Cardone says, you have to train. You have to train every day. You got to repeat yourself. You got to sharpen the knife every single day in order to stay sharp, because otherwise you lose it and you lose it quick. So, and there's a lot of things like, for example, using the word kind of or maybe or like these are all words that are terrible, right? Because you're inserting doubt. You want to be very assertive and decisive in sales. So I'm literally training with our sales guy every single day for an hour.
That's something that not enough people do. Guys, give me a one. We got quite a few people watching. Give me one if you record your sales calls, re-listen to them, and look to improve. This is something that I slipped on a little bit for a couple months over the summer, but recently we've been really aggressive about. I'm listening to more calls, and I'm constantly talking with my sales guy pretty much every day, including Saturdays and Sundays, about new concepts, new ideas, little things. We're closing at a ridiculously high rate right now, but we're looking for little things, the filler words. When do we gain commitment here? Hey, can we get them to buy into us earlier? Can we get them to say yes and nod their heads more often and get more trial closes going? Can we get them? How do we reposition this? What should we say on the stack? When should we break? Every single time when we're breaking them down and we're talking to them and we're testing different word tracks, and he's letting me know how it goes, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm studying, Russell Brunson and the GOATs and selling myself and, doing all this stuff, right? And going, and it's so powerful to go and do that, because sales is not luck. It is like legit, like science. Like, I mean, it's psychology. It's how you ask questions in a specific order and go out there and wing it. Everyone who's good at sales follows some form of a script in some way, shape, or form. All right. And when I say script, it can scare a lot of people. And if people are new and haven't seen me talk a lot, when I say script, that doesn't mean that you read and sound like a robot. That's the last thing that I mean. And if you think that, it's inauthentic to use a sales script, it's like, it's inauthentic to not sell somebody something if you can provide a solution to their problems. That's what's inauthentic. So get over that crap, right? Like, you got to have some sort of script, some sort of format, roadmap that you're following all the way through. It's so powerful, because sales is literally just psychology and a series of questions. So record your calls and go listen to them.
Bro, I'm going to start calling you the prophet, because you're dropping some bombs.
I mean, literally, guys, like, when you are working with another company as their marketing agency, you're literally like the hand of God, grabbing them and helping them. Like, literally, there's this guy that's literally close to bankruptcy that we're literally about to be able to take him out of fucking bankruptcy. Yeah. So it's like this.
They don't know how to grow their business.
It's like, not. this is not just games anymore. Like, these are real people's life that you're literally changing, and you have the power to do that.
And we're providing a huge solution. And it is your moral obligation to sell them something that can help service them and help them get out of it. So I love it. So, and everyone needs to get over that. And that's one of the number one keys. If you want to sell regularly and sell consistently, you have to have that type of belief and that type of certainty inside your product, because certainty is one of the biggest keys to selling by far.
Yeah, totally,
man. Dude, that's just making me rethink just how I need to improve too, you know?
We always can. I'm always looking for improvement. That's the other thing. Always, always, always be open-minded and know that you've got a long ways to go. If you look up every day and you're just like, man, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and you're constantly improving, you're going to be able to look back a year from now, 2 years from now, and be like, man, I'm not that person anymore. But you're still climbing that mountain, you know. And it's crazy, because what you'll come to realize, and you guys are probably seeing this right now, is it's the bottom of the mountain that's crowded, right? As soon as you start seeing down a little bit, it's like, man, people are all stuck down here fighting and all this stuff. But once you get up, it's like, man, it's not as crowded up here, you know? And then, because momentum breeds momentum, then you start like going and you run into different problems, and it's crazy how it all works. If you can get out of that, you know, that initial breeding ground and really good. Yeah. And you can start getting some breathing room and start building some momentum.
Unless you live in a van, then it's pretty crowded.
Then it's still pretty crowded, you know, all the time. But hey, the world is my oyster, so I got a pretty nice backyard.
That's true. Yo, dude, you're the van millionaire. That's what I tell everyone.
I love it. Cool. All right, what do we got next?
All right, so
wait. Before you go into this, proven prospecting, guys. We're gonna go over each one of these. We're gonna talk about them if you guys are interested. But I need to make sure you guys are interested. Give us some likes or something, man. We got a ton of people who stuck up this whole time. Say what's up. Jam that heart button. Let's get some stuff going. This is like the key, the secret. You guys just saw their stats. They've closed 8 clients in 2.
Oh shit.
That they haven't even touched. They haven't done any of it. Their voice or their VA's done it all, right? And it's all combined, this system that we're about to go over right now, and we're going to start sharing with you. So with that being said, I just had to jump in there and be like, guys, get excited. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. I've never heard that before. Jam that heart button. Damn, that's a good one.
Jam that heart button.
Jam it. Break it.
Cool, guys.
Yo,
so
break Zuckerberg.
Break it, let's go. Somebody give me a heart, you know?
Someone break the code. Zuckerberg let's take Zuckerberg down once and for all, because he's been disapproving my ads.
Jokes aside, guys, this is really the heart of it, right? Like Nick said at the beginning, if you don't have this system done and dialed, you're not going to be able to scale. You're not going to be able to grow. You have to have an automated, proven process that you can repeat day in, day out, that will get you meetings so you can sell, so you can learn how to sell, so you can get good at selling. You have to have this.
And all this without putting in any time.
Yeah. You want to be able to have it automated.
Your return on effort. Your return on effort needs to be – sorry, go ahead, Marcos.
All of these works, right? We've done all of these. But I want to be very, very clear, guys, that the biggest way that we've grown our whole agency has been through cold emails. Literally cold emails. That's how we got started. And that is till today still our biggest form of growing our agencies. We're literally about to turn on our paid traffic. But up until this point, it's been referrals and cold emails. So that being said, voicemail drops are working pretty well. What that is, we're actually using a software. We say, hey, doc, this is Marcos. I have quite a few referrals in your area, and I'm looking to be able to send them to this right doc. I'd love to see if these referrals are a good fit for you. Give me a call back. They call you back. You get them scheduled. That's what that is. Joel can touch more into the LinkedIn strategy because
Marcos doesn't know that stuff. He just takes the sales, you know? And at this point, I've pretty much fired myself. So I don't know what I do sometimes.
Just like, what's my one thing today? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, all these on a serious note, you know, I know I like to have fun, but on a serious note, all of these work. And at the end of the day, you can succeed in all of them. The big key here is, do you have a process in place that's working for you while you're sleeping? That you literally don't have to put in any time at all, like 0 minutes ever, and it's cranking out meetings. That is at the heart of what got us to 50K and more. Having a system
Yep.
where me and Marcos weren't having to put any output, no effort, yet we still got input. We still got meetings. We still got opportunities. It's like it's like a farmer. We upgraded from literally planting the seeds one by one with our hands, and we bought the big fucking tractor. We bought like the John Deere, like that just sprays the entire field like
Joe,
that.
shut the fuck up, dude. You've never farmed. You don't know anything about farming.
I don't know how it works.
Farming.
Full disclosure, I don't know anything about farming, but that's in my head. That's how it works.
And this is so true, guys, and I'm going to second this because this is what really scaled us up massively. I think some of you guys who are watching this call may or may not have seen some of my ads over the last year. But one of the things that we've done is been able to have that system where automatically, no matter what leads are coming in, sales are coming in, because we get schedules coming in. That's where it all starts. Everything starts with the schedule, right? And before that, I had a predictable system where I was using cold email, where I was using all that stuff, and we use some of those metrics still here today, but we've got a massive paid ad operation as well going. So it doesn't matter how you have it set up, right, in regards to your system, but if you've got a system that's done it, that's where the key is, right? When you're not waking up every day and trying to hustle and figure out where's my next meeting going to come from, but you've got something built out, set up for you that rocks and rolls. So with that, Joel, I know that there's a lot of people who are probably asking, but let's talk about cold email for a minute, man. What are some big tips? I mean, 500 emails a day to some people, that's like, I remember when you guys were telling me that, I was like, man, that's a lot. Like, I mean, I know a bit about, mass cold email. I took more of a custom approach myself usually, but yeah, let's talk about cold email a little bit here.
Yeah, the biggest things that we've noticed, first and foremost, for us, quantity over quality all day long. Because at the end of the day, let's say you send 30 perfect emails, like the best email you could ever think of. You send 30 out, but only 2 people read it. And out of those 2 people, they decided, hey, it wasn't for them. Then even if you put all that effort into the perfect 30, you still missed. You still struck out. However, what we realized is when we were sending more and all we focused on was quantity, even if the message wasn't perfect, we would eventually get some response. We got response even when our email, like we've obviously like perfected our email, but even while we were starting, as soon as we increased the volume of emails, we got more responses. And the reason for that is because we were planting more seeds so that even if it wasn't perfect, out of the 500, let's say 30 people read it, and out of those 30 people, there were 5 interested, then boom, we got 5 responses. Whereas before, we would send 30 perfect emails that were so custom, and we wouldn't get any hits. That's one golden nugget, quantity over quality for us. Some other golden nuggets, focus on simplicity and focus on starting a conversation more than like doing a full pitch on an email. So when we first started, we literally sounded like those guys from abroad that like send you this like SEO contract all written out in an email and tell you, oh, I'm going to design your.
For that first initial email, it's literally very simple. It's like, hey, doc, give me a yes or give me a no if you're interested.
Yeah.
And literally, if they respond yes, you send them with your automated template email, right?
And here's like this is like worth thousands of dollars, guys, just because it's going to generate a crap ton of responses for you guys. But a very simple one is to say to them, hey, whatever person, hey, business owner, are you guys taking on more patients? Or hey, business owner, are you guys taking on more construction clients? Let's say you're going after construction people. And just starting that conversation will make it so much easier for them to respond and then keep the conversation going. So I know that was a lot, so just to condense it down.
People screw this up all the time, man. It's so nuts. And I get people who come through my emails because it's not exactly hard to guess my email at my agency and my company, and it's listed on, this stuff. And it's unbelievable to me when somebody emails out something and they spend the first 2 paragraphs talking about how cool they are and how much they've done.
It's
and like,
terrible.
I work with 8 million agencies. I'm like, dude, I don't care who you've worked with. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know how to read this, dude.
But if they said to you, hey, Nick, are you guys taking on more clients?
Yeah.
You would respond.
Yeah. It's like, hey, if somebody emailed me as an agency over and they're like, hey, if I could get you guaranteed interested clients, would you reply yes or no? I'd be like, yeah, let's talk, man. Every business owner would interested in that, right? Like, like it's crazy if we're talking about that, because that's what's going to be most important to them. And if it's not, then there's someone who might not need agency services anyways, and they don't respond. That's fine, no big deal, right? But like the biggest thing people, and they do this in sales videos too, right? Because you guys know I'm huge on sales videos and how to structure those, and it's really the key to it's really a key to scaling paid traffic is having a good sales video. Is people open up the video and talk all about them and what they're doing, and nothing about the client, nothing about the client's problem, nothing about the solution to the client. It's crazy to me, right? Keep your email short, 1-2 sentences. They don't know you. They don't care. What can you do for them? Or ask them a question, right? What can you tell them? Give them an offer or ask them a question. Those are the two things I always say.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's like people forget to put the bait. It's like you can't go fishing without bait. You got to have bait. And
like I
bait to catch.
It's like mechanics.
Quick, yes.
Like
literally.
Mechanics might want like more auto repairs. Hey, Mr. Mechanic, can I send you 10 more auto repairs this month? Question mark. You're gonna if you send out 500
and the more
if you send out 500 of that email to a mechanic, I guarantee you will get responses without a doubt in my mind.
100%. Jobs.
100%.
Hey, mechanic, can you take 10 more brake jobs this month?
Yep.
That's even better. That's good. That's even better.
Give me a quick yes.
You'll get responses. You'll get meetings tomorrow.
That alone, right there. If you guys want to go after the mechanic niche, that alone.
But hey, there was this person. I'm not gonna say who that I essentially helped out with his email, and then they sent like 30 emails, but it didn't. It's like the quantity piece is also so important. Again, you can have the perfect written email, but if you're not planting enough seeds, specifically with such a cold method that is automated, that's not personalized, you're still going to strike out.
Yeah, everything takes some time, right? And I tell people this with paid ads all the time. They'll spend $100 trying to get an inbound appointment or something. I'm like, dude, like you're looking for $100 a call. Like that's good. That's good numbers because you close 1 out of 4. That's $400 for you to make $1,500 a month, right? And so you got to have some patience. You got to test things out a little bit. But yeah, that email you guys just gave and dropped for everyone is going to work. It's crazy, And Robert, to answer your question, the replay is going to be up, man. I'm going to turn this into an announcement. We're going to post it at the top of the group, so you'll be able to come back and check it.
Nice.
Yeah. So guys, cold email is the shit. So I got a question for you though. Seriously. So here's what we can do. So I've actually go to the next slide, Joel. Let's rock, guys. Because here's the thing. I love these guys. I've used them for this. I wanted to come on. I'm very rare. If you guys notice, I don't really allow people to come on here and talk about services, anything like that. These guys are the shit. So if you guys want to have these replies coming in, if you want to see those results like they just showed where they got 100 responses and 8 new clients in a 2-week period, they're going to have the opportunity and they're going to give you a special offer. You just book a call with them. They can tell you what it is, all about the service. But because you guys are here with the Crusaders, they're going to be a special offer. Well, they'll build out this entire system for you. All right, everything. They'll get the cold email set up for you. They'll get a response. They'll get calendars booked for you guys. So if you're struggling with this and you want somebody to just do it and take care of it, like I reached out to them, had them do it. And not only did they just blow it out of my water, like we were literally too busy. We had to shut it down for Christmas because my team couldn't handle it because there was too many responses in the most competitive niche in the world. So they're going to drop a link here in a minute if you guys are interested in chatting with it. But with that, I want to introduce it. Joel, Marcos, talk a little bit about what you guys got going on over here in regards to your email as a service for agency owners here.
If you guys want replies sent to your Slack or sent right into your email inbox, we will literally set it all up for you with results guaranteed. That's how confident we are at this point, at this stage in the game. Like we've sent out like probably over I don't know how many thousand, but I was going to say 100,000, but that's
Joel, stop share really quick.
Sure.
Yeah. So, as Joel was saying, it's a no-brainer, guys. Like, I literally showed you the numbers, right? It's like, here they are. We're not kidding, right? So we're actually, not only are we going to help you send you meetings to where you're getting meetings directly, but we already have the VAs. We already have the systems. They already know what to do. So it's a lot easier for us to just be able to literally help you write up the email because we already know what emails work, get you the responses. They're going to also help you scrape, right? So either you can bring your own list or we'll help you scrape. You just tell us what niche you're working with. We'll help you scrape the email list for you. And then you can see, right? Email scraped, how many emails sent. Out of that, The next is how many positive email responses, right? So that's the next step. And then how many intros scheduled. So we, so far it's the 12th. Like it's been 12 days since December 1st. 13 days. Sorry, 13 days. We've gotten 16 responses.
No, we've gotten 16 meetings. 16 meetings. Taken
meetings right here. Oh, sorry. Yep. 16 scheduled. And then we had some numbers from the past, right? Which we've taken 21 demos and 8 became clients. So like
the reason
if you do the math,
the reason why it says 17 is because one was a referral. One of the intros wasn't cold email.
So exactly. So I mean, if you do the math, right? 8 new clients, we charge $2,000. I don't know. You guys tell me, is it worth it for you?
Yeah. Dude, and guys, I don't say this often. I have legit used them. I could pull up our spreadsheet. It literally gave us, like, there was too much. Like, we literally had too many responses for where we're at, right? Like, in regards to it. Like, too many. Can you imagine that? Too many people responding back. And we're focused on a couple other things. But, yeah, we're going to be using them again. That's why I agreed when they asked me, hey, man, we got this cool thing. I think it could help a lot of people. I'm like, yeah, man, you guys crush it. You kill it. You drop a lot of value. So if you guys want to get schedules, if you want to work with some people who are absolutely legit, book a call. I just dropped the link. It is the pinned comment over there. They're also agreed to give you guys a very special price because you're out here in the Crusader Nation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be good stuff. So yeah, they can explain it all to you though. They'll explain how it all works.
Let's just say Nick is covering it.
Yeah, I'll say
Big Daddy. Nick's the Big Daddy.
Big Daddy takes care of you.
Big Daddy's got you this Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, seriously, it's a holiday special, right? The Merry Christmas special. No, but I wanted to do it because
where's the Santa Claus outfit, Nick? We got to get you the beard.
Dude, I got red sweatpants on, bro. Check this out, man. I got my red sweats on. I'm ready. But seriously though, guys, I've been wanting to introduce. I always want to introduce people who can really help, who can make a big difference, who are legitimate. These two guys right here. So yeah, book a call with them, talk to them about their stuff. Again, I've seen it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, if it's a good fit, it's a good fit, right? If you guys want to start getting set up, come January and have a ton of responses coming in, you're tired of beating around the bush, you just want to focus on selling. These are the guys to talk to. I've vetted them personally. And yeah, this is a much needed service, guys. So I appreciate you guys even, talking about it and coming on here.
And I will say this, when we first started sending cold emails, it took us a while to learn not only how to send 500, but to have the systems in place so that we didn't have to do it. We had VAs doing it for us. And then it took us quite some time to figure out the exact template to send out to get automatic responses every single day that are positive, that are of people wanting to schedule the time to speak with us. It took us a lot of time to figure that out. So the reason why we came on here with Nick is because if you're already making money and you want to get to that next level, let us do all the heavy lifting for you. Just send you the appointments. At an investment that we honestly think is fair, because at the end of the day, we believe in our system. It worked for us. It was through Nick's support and guidance that we got there. So we just want to give back to Nick's community.
Yeah, dude, you guys are the shit. We got a question. Let's take some questions, guys. Let us know if you have any questions about what they've got. But yeah, if you want to learn more, book a call. Again, it's got the pinned comment there. They'll share with you everything it works. They'll get the appointment set up for you. They'll give you all the scripts, everything.
Yo, let's jam Calendly, dude. Let's jam Calendly.
Right, good.
Yo, whoever breaks Calendly gets it for free.
All right, so James Jones, what's up, man? All right, so James asks, if you have a new domain, how long do you have to wait before you can send up to 500 emails? And do you guys recommend using a personal email or business one?
Personal email for us. Oh, shit, I think we lost you. Are you there, Nick?
Literally the @gmail.com.
Yeah, personal emails. Yeah, what we noticed, again, it's like you can have the perfect email, but if people aren't opening, if people aren't literally clicking on the email, it doesn't matter if you have the perfect email. So the moment we sent it from a non-aggressive domain, AKA like Gmail or Yahoo, with a personal name behind it, while still keeping the message business driven, that changed the game for us.
That's awesome. And you know what else is great, guys? I'm sure that as they go through and set this up for you, they may or may not give you guys a few tips on how to handle the emails and how to run some of these calls and maybe even have a transition with it. I don't know. I'm sure they might bring it up a little bit though, because they need you guys to close the deal. So, and look at that. You guys have seen the numbers, seen the math on it. So that's awesome. I love that little trick. I couldn't believe it. When they told me they were going to use the email they were going to use, I was like, dude, you guys, what are you talking about? And then it just like went crazy. It was like email. And I'm like, man, all right, I'm listening to you guys. You guys know more than I do about this stuff.
Here's the thing. It's like the message is business driven, but in order to you have to get them to open it. And if it's coming from whatever marketing services or like Atlas Digital or BTOP Local, unfortunately, they're going to see that as a threat, and they're going to be like, oh, just another spam email.
Yeah.
Literally, if you guys want to know our email, like literally it's like Marcos Grant 1, Marcos Grant 2, Marcos Grant 3.
Like whatever. Don't overcomplicate it.
At gmail.com.
They're killing it. Their process is so dialed in that shit is actually working. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, guys. Gimo asks, do you speak French?
Ouais, seulement un petit de française.
I love it.
What the hell?
I wouldn't be surprised. I know you guys speak multiple. I mean, dude, you're in Argentina in a fucking band. I want to be speaking French.
Marcos,
all right, so Monique.
Go, let's pimp them out. What else you got for us, Marcos? Hit us up with some other foreign languages today.
Nah, dude. The other language I know is the one that you know, the Spanish, dude.
Yeah.
Si quieren podemos hacerlo también todos los emails en español. Si les interesa.
En español,
ahí vamos a también
hacer.
Bueno, eso es para.
You guys are
like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, you guys are nuts. So we got Monique's asking attention-getting subject lines. I don't know if let's talk about building a good subject line and what that looks like.
Super
1 to 3 words.
Super simple. That's what I was going to say.
1 to 3 words.
Boom.
Break job. Referral. Stem cell.
Oh, and one of the things lines is test, especially when you're sending emails at volume, you can really play with data and you can really see there's going to be clear winners or losers. So I love that. I'm all about simplicity as well. That's awesome. That's awesome. Nice. We got Luciano. Luciano's actually inside the Crusader program. He's new in there. What's up, Luciano? He said he's watching from Argentina. So that's what's up. I love it.
Oh, shit, dude.
Hey.
All right.
Maybe do some emails in Spanish,
Let's go.
Hit some Hispanic businesses.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
so
totally. And Luciano, if you're interested, I mean, I really want to start getting the South American markets. I don't know if you're interested in wanting to go in this market.
You guys can talk later. Maybe a French market too, I guess. I didn't know that, but.
All right. Let's see here. What other questions? Any other questions we got here, guys? I'm debating.
Oh shit.
On something here. Well, we're gonna have something cool, guys. Book a call. Seriously, just go talk to them, book the call, and maybe I'll throw in a surprise for you guys if you talk to them and you got all that. Well, I'll give you guys a little surprise because I believe this much in these guys, and I know that you guys are gonna crush it when you get. And I feel confident about it. So I'll let you guys know if you book a call, they'll let you know what it is on the call. I'll have a surprise for them because again, I believe in it. I love these guys. They're crushing it, and their stuff works. Like there's not that many people's shit out there that works. I've seen it. They're gonna get you the results. They're gonna get you the replies. So. We got the question here from James. It says, I send email from my personal email saying, quick question, does your team have the capacity to take on more listings? His response was, we do. Is there something we could help you with? And then he's asking, how would you guys transition that?
You have to get people on a call and don't go into a debate on the email. Like don't start a back and forth. Oh, this is how I can help you. Don't do that.
The response to that needs to be, hey, initially we find it best to have a quick 3.5-minute chat to see if there's a good fit.
Or literally pick up the phone and call them. Be like, yo, we literally, if they keep it open, we will also call them. Be like, yo, I saw you responded to our email. I'd love to schedule a call with you. This is on the phone where we can see if there's a good fit. And if these listings are a good, listings for what? For real estate?
Realtors.
Got it.
Realtors.
So it's like if we can get you more buyers or more sellers or whatever the case might be. But since it's so cold, since the traffic is so cold, you have to be a little more aggressive with it.
I love it. And that's the truth. And that's really the answer to everything if they're asking you questions in email and you haven't spoken to them yet. Oh, it's a great question. Let's get on a call and talk about it. No matter what. How much does it cost? Great question. Let's talk about it. Oh, is it Facebook ads? Great question. Let's talk about it. Oh, is it going to work for my wife? Oh, let's talk about it. We'll talk about your wife. You know what I mean? Everything you do, book a call, guys. It won't ever get on a call that's fine. You can't win them all, right? We can't win them all. And that's why Joel makes a good point when he talks about quantity, right? There is something to be said about doing a lot of quantity, reaching out there, and having a good message, right?
And it really doesn't matter because we send 500 a day. So it's like if one guy picked up and he was like, screw you guys, then the next guy picked up and he was like, oh, this sounds great.
Okay, so Melanie asked a question here. Did you guys cover how to ramp up the email account to 500?
Top secret.
We'll help you with that. No, literally, it's you have to create multiple accounts.
You have to. It's
so part of this, we actually build those emails for you.
Yeah. So the name of the game is like having systems, having VAs that are doing this at scale.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're sending from one account, it's gonna be very hard.
Yeah. So. No, 100%. And there's usually complexities and all that. I'm sure you guys can talk about that. If you book a call, we can talk about it on there. Again, I'll throw in a surprise for people who book a calls and talk with them. We'll talk more about that later. Let's see here. Anything else, guys? What else we got? This has been fun, man. Anything else you guys want to say here about what we got going on?
Like us or people on?
Yeah,
Facebook?
you guys. Live, anything. You know, it's been a blast.
Yeah, this was a fun call. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we do have a question here from Steve. He says, "Do you guys use an email sequence, or you just send in one initial email?"
We've tried both. They both work. Email sequences will start to get lower responses over time, just naturally.
One email.
So it really depends on what your niche is, what you're trying to accomplish. But the thing is, if you send too many follow-ups, like the results will diminish over time just because you've already hit that list. So our strategy is blast a list, let it cool it off. Blast a list, let it cool it off. Blast a list. And by list, I mean an email list of contacts. And then that way we can recycle it as opposed to doing 10 follow-ups.
Yep. Any other questions, guys?
Love it, guys. You guys rock, man. Two of my favorite entrepreneurs. This has been an absolute blast. We're gonna bring you guys back. We'll do some more cold email talk here early on in the year, guys, because I know there's gonna be a lot of questions on this. If you guys do have any questions or want to learn more about their service, it's incredibly valuable and fair. It's less than the cost of one client. Jump on a call with them. You won't regret it again. I've seen it. Pinned comment right there. Calendly. All this stuff, like these guys crush. I can vouch for them. You guys know on this channel I don't come on here and promote very much at all, ever, really. I want to always about delivering value. I almost never do. But this is something that I truly believe in. I've used it. I see it, and I feel like it could be a great help to the community right now because I know that getting those initial appointment gates. So book a call with them.
Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, we get to hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, who doesn't want to hang out with these two guys? We got a dude in a van, and we got Joel over here just like playing about. I love it. He's excited.
In the van.
You guys rock. Hey guys, thank you so much for dropping some amazing value. I'm so pumped for you guys. And yeah, you guys are the shit. Let's have a good one. You know what? I see one other one last question here. Sorry, Steve. I think this is a good question that people might ask about. Do you guys use G Suite to send emails, and what is the limit per day before getting slapped?
Nope, we don't use G Suite.
It depends, Mark.
You want to start warming them up quick. So we initially start by sending 10 emails a day, then the next day 20, and then we cap it at 50. We don't send more than 50 per account.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of factors that it is going to be too complicated to go into in terms of getting flagged and getting not only flagged but disabled, which is that's where it gets risky.
Which we've gone through that, guys, and now we're learning how to not.
We've gone periods where it's like we had to pause everything and learn why things were getting flagged. Like now I literally know what happens after 3 warnings, after 5 warnings. Like we've gone through it enough where our accounts were getting flagged or taken down that we know exactly what sort of realm to play in. And yeah, so like Marco said, the limit per account is 50, but there's also a lot of factors in terms of keeping them healthy. and
Yeah,
not flash.
100%. It's a very complex game, guys, and that's why sometimes it's easier to just let the gentleman do it. You know, booking a call and all that. But guys, thank you so much for your time. We'll be back. Just so everyone knows, we'll be back to talk cold email again. I'm sure in early January. We'll probably do a cold email focused one, and really just deliver some more bombs, drop some more good stuff. But until then, you guys rock. Thank you guys so much for jumping on and sharing so much good stuff. Love hanging out with you guys, and hope you guys have a great one, man.
Yo, Nick.
All right, well,
when are we
we'll say
gonna
goodbye to everybody. Bye, guys.
Later, guys.
No, I love it. Crusaders, we'll be back next week. Thanks, Joel and Marcos. You guys are the shit.
Later.
All right.